Thomas J. Smith Council Chambers here at City Hall, 400 Washington Street in beautiful Burlington, Iowa. Would you all please rise and join me for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. Roll call, Katie, when you're ready.
Kreitzer.
Here.
Scott.
Here.
Weiss.
Here.
Wilson.
Here.
Phillips.
Here. All right, I'm going to change the schedule a little bit. No offense to Parks and Rec, but we got a lot of people here, and we know what they're here for. I should have told you that, City Clerk. Sorry about that. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What you're going to see tonight, we've come a long way in 6 years. Mr. Thompson's predecessor did a fine job helping us get to this spot, and he kind of alluded before we could put any spotlight on him, so we appreciate his service. But I and council are super excited about tonight's swearing in, and with no further ado, I'll let you take it away, City Clerk.
Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Wayne Thompson,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties of
discharge all the duties of
the office of police chief
the office of police chief
in and for the city of Burlington, Iowa,
in and for the city of Burlington, Iowa,
as now and hereafter
as now and hereafter
required by law.
required by law.
Congratulations.
Chief Thompson, would you like to take some photos, please?
Want to do this first?
No, I want you to pose for it. I just wanted to say Chief Thompson first.
Thank you.
Let's get out of his way. Good thing you're wearing a vest. Would you like to say a few words?
I do have a couple things I'd like to say.
And then after you say a few words, anybody at the family or the guys and gal of the department will let you take as much time as you want for pictures and stuff, okay?
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for showing up tonight. I am truly honored to stand before you tonight as next Chief of Police for the Burlington Police Department. I want to thank the city leadership and community for the trust and confidence you have shown in me. I also want to thank my coworkers at the PD. It is the greatest honor of my career to now serve as your chief. I promise to lead with integrity, fairness, accountability, and respect. Together, we will continue building a department that not only our community trusts, but one we will always be happy to call home. Allergies. I want to say that I would not be standing here tonight without the unwavering support of my family. Law enforcement is not just a career for me, it is a sacrifice shared by my wife, my children, and loved ones. Through missed holidays and birthdays and difficult days, allergies, and unpredictable hours, my family has always stood beside me, and for that, I'm forever grateful. As I begin this new chapter, I do so with excitement, gratitude, and a commitment to serve this department and community to the very best of my ability. Thank you all again.
Yeah, I don't know about anybody else, but that allergy thing was catching right there.
Keep that one. Can you sign that one for me? And I'll keep that one. Got this one. There you go. Thank you.
No?
Well, council will take one.
Yeah.
Well, we'll show you how it goes, and you guys can just jump in.
Thank you.
Mr. Bird?
Council first.
We don't take.
Next?
Right? Yep, everybody just keep shuffling through.
I know. It's gonna get worse.
BPD bank? Anyone else?
No, I'm being. You're so great.
You did it. We just a community, so we like the guy. Somebody's gonna take it. You gonna take it?
BPD?
Here's the big one. Over now.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Are they not done?
It's me and Kay. Council Top. Thanks, Anna.
Yeah.
You got a nice sand pit out there, Bird. And Minky called. She said, "Welcome to the party, pal."
That's great.
Let's get clear out.
Oh, just Louise.
They're going that way.
Oh no, like I can still in the shot. I'm just like, in my defense, I'm editing photos that I just took.
You can take your time. Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, all good.
It's your spotlight, man. They're all going to dinner now, aren't they?
Yeah, something about you were buying. I don't know. We'll give it just another minute. Thanks, Nick. All right, if you're watching at home, we're going to get started here again. We're going to take care of the doors here. Got a pretty good crowd dispersing. So next up is a proclamation. It's Parks and Recreation Month, and accepting this will be our Development Director, Eric Tislin.
Development Parks Director.
Development and Parks Director. Well, development to me is
No,
everything.
Ryan's going to accept it.
Oh, Ryan's going to accept it?
I think that's what he said.
My notes say Eric Tislin, so are you accepting it? Who's going
Oh
to
my
accept
God.
this proclamation?
Rock, paper, scissors. Yep, now you both
How about
have
both
to.
you come up and you can both speak? That'd be great.
That would be perfect.
Council would be happy with that. Okay, proclamation reads, if that's all settled. Okay, proclamation reads, whereas Parks and Rec is an integral part of the communities throughout this country, including the city of Burlington, and whereas the city of Burlington offers over 200 acres of parks throughout the community, including 13 parks, an outdoor recreation facility, golf course, and many other amenities and sites. And whereas Parks and Recreation promotes health and wellness, improving the physical and mental health of people who live near and visit the parks. Parks and Recreation promotes physical activity, time spent outdoors and in nature, which positively impacts mental health and helps alleviate illnesses. And whereas Parks and Recreation encourages physical activities by providing space for many activities, including playgrounds, walking paths, tennis courts, ball fields, disc golf, and many other activities designed to promote active lifestyles. And whereas Parks and Recreation increases a community's economic prosperity through increased property values, expansion of the local tax base, increased tourism, and the attraction and retention of businesses and crime reduction. Parks and Recreation is fundamental to the environmental well-being of our community, as parks and natural recreation areas ensure the ecological beauty of our community and provide a place for children and adults to connect with nature and recreate outdoors. And whereas the U.S. House of Representatives has designated July as a Parks and Recreation Month. And whereas the theme of this year's theme is the Power of, which celebrates the power of parks and recreation, play, nature, community, belonging, and well-being, and people who make these experiences possible. And whereas the City of Burlington recognizes the benefits derived from parks and recreation resources. Now, therefore, we, the City Council of the City of Burlington, Iowa, do hereby recognize July as Parks and Recreation Month in the City of Burlington, Iowa, signed and sealed the 6th day of July 2026, attested by Katie Music, City Clerk, and John Billups, Mayor. You both are welcome to say some few words.
Thanks to City Council for your support of Parks and Recreation. Also want to thank the community for their great support. They've supported parks very well over the years, as evident by some of our projects and programs that we've done. We're fortunate to have great park and rec facilities in our community for the residents and visitors that come into our community, and it does take a lot to maintain them. So very big thank you to our great staff who maintain all our facilities, grounds, trees, programs. They take great pride in all that they do, and it certainly shows for everyone that visits our parks in our community. So we look forward to continuing to provide and maintain park and rec facilities and assets that help make Burlington a great place to live, work, and play, and just appreciate all the support. Appreciate all our staff. If we could get a photo here, just celebrating Park and Rec Month.
Yes,
So
of course.
Jump in here.
Ryan, Brad, did you have a prepared statement? Did you want to? Maddie does.
Okay, next is comments from the audience. If there's something that is not on the agenda that anyone in the audience would like brought up before council, now would be the appropriate time to come forward, give us your name and address and your issue. Welcome.
Hello, Susan Van Pelt, 1037 North 7th. And through this process of coming, I'm always lucky to be here when somebody's a new chief, fire, police, or proclamations. And when I read about it in the paper, I go, oh, I was there. It's pretty cool. First of all, I want to say that the parks are beautiful and they improve constantly. And I'm very pleased about the pickleball court and the lights and all the parking and everything else. My concern, and I talked to Eric about this, and I mentioned it last time I was here, about lights being at the basketball court there by the pickleball court. And I found out, because my grandson told me, 2 of the basketball hoops were cut down. So I went and found out why. And you're going to use part of that basketball court for the number 12 on the agenda for a shelter house. My question is, and I know there's a logical answer, I know, so I just would like to maybe find out someday. Instead of taking this basketball court with 4 basketball hoops away from the kids that use it, I understand you need another shelter house for the increase of people using the parks, but for that 25 by 30 foot that you're going to put a shelter house on, couldn't we afford a 20 by 30 piece of cement next to the pickleball court or somewhere else, so we're not taking away that full basketball court for the kids? I guess I heard it very beautifully said, why take away from one thing for something else? And I know there's a reason. So I came to bring it up. And also when I asked about lights, I was told by Eric that lights would be eventually put up. Why can't lights be put up now? And I know there's probably a reason for that too, money or whatever. So that's just my concern, and I appreciate all of you listening, all of you. And thanks again.
Okay,
And
thank you.
I do appreciate everything everybody does, because it's a lot of work. It really is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, we're going to move on to the consent agenda. All matters listed under item 1 consent agenda having been discussed are considered to be routine by city council and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately still tonight. On the consent, we have a bunch. Minutes of previous meetings, payroll and city claims, beer, liquor, wine, and cigarette permits, reports and bonds. We have 13 resolutions. The first resolution is approving nuisance abatements for various properties. Number 2 is resolution approving the appointment of the chief of police, which I believe we've done that. Number 3 is a resolution approving a facilities restoration and planned services agreement with Interstate Power and Light Company, which is Alliant Energy. Number 4 is a resolution to install a no parking zone in the 2000 block of Sunnyside of West Pilger Avenue, extending approximately 95 feet. Number 5 is approving a final acceptance and final payment of release retention monies for the Tiger Grant Downtown Streetscape Project, including Main Street and Jefferson Street improvements. Number 6 is approving a purchase of a large bucket truck for the forestry division. Number 7 is a resolution approving engagement letter for the Piper Sandler Company and Company. Number 8 is a resolution approving the 28E agreement between the City of Burlington and the Burlington Community School District for transportation services for the 2026-2027 school year. Number 9 is a resolution approving the memorandum of understanding between the City of Burlington and Kinetic Broadband for locating services. Number 10 is a resolution naming depositories for deposits of the City of Burlington. Number 11 is a resolution authorizing an application to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency for community project funding assistance for the Mississippi River Interceptor Design Project. Number 12 is a resolution approving bid for construction of the open-air shelter building in Perkins Park. And number 13 is a resolution rejecting bids for the 2026 Seals Coats Streets Resurfacing Project. Is there anyone in the audience who would like any one of these items removed and discussed separately?
Yes, oh, sorry.
Council, go ahead.
Yeah, 10 and 13, please.
10 and 13? Okay. We will get those discussed. With that, changes there a motion?
Yes, I have a motion, all matters listed under item 1 consent agenda as amended, having been discussed and are considered to be routine by the city council, be hereby approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded?
Kreitzer,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Wilson.
Aye.
Phillips.
Aye. Okay, moving on to resolutions.
Your Honor, I have a resolution approving agreement for professional services for the Parks and Forestry Maintenance Building, conceptual planning and design concepts.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Eric?
This is a professional service agreement for the Parks and Forestry Maintenance Building Project to determine needs, requirements, concepts, and costs for the planned project, with Carl A. Nelson agreeing to provide services in the amount not to exceed $25,000 for the building project planning and design concepts. This is budgeted in the CIP through local option sales tax funding in this year's budget cycle in the amount of $100,000. So this is the initial stages to determine those needs, code requirements, and space that is necessary for Parks and Forestry Maintenance Building.
Fantastic. Is there anyone in the audience that has any thoughts or concerns about this particular resolution? Council, any thoughts or concerns? The only thing I will say is that after touring this building a couple of years ago, it's about time that we start working on it. Let's vote.
Kreitzer,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Weiss?
Yes.
Wilson?
Aye.
Phillips?
Aye. Number 2.
Your Honor, I have a resolution approving the purchase of a cloud-based surveillance system for the Burlington Urban Service.
Second.
The resolution in front of you would approve the purchase of a cloud-based camera system for all of the, I misquoted it, it's 14 vehicles in the Burlington Urban Service fleet. We currently have 4 vehicles that have the original camera system that are not the same as the other 10. Those have seen the end of their life. They're unable to be kind of rehabbed. So in my memo, I did quote or talk about replacement of the like-kind system, and that was $14,000 and change. It would bring us up to the same status that we are with the existing camera system, where we still have to go out to the bus. It has to be at the physical location, and we have to pull hard drives or SD cards to be able to view incident footage or anything that would go on the bus. With this cloud-based system, I or other staff are able to view live feed of the camera service and are able to pull video just from the web. The existing system had to have a specialized program to be able to pull that software, pull that video footage. So my recommendation would be to move towards this cloud-based system so staff can more easily view the footage. And there are things like GPS location on the tracking system for it. And the cost differential between the replacement cost and the purchase of this system is $17,000. There is a reoccurring fee that would happen every year to pay for the cellular and then the software licenses. That's $6,800. Any questions on that?
How long is that $6,800 good for? I mean, could it go up every year? Is there?
Oh, a price lock. There's no price lock on that. In theory, it could go up. We would have that discussion with them if that were to happen. We haven't seen that occur in several of the other different software licensings. We haven't seen massive increases in a couple of the ones that I oversee, but obviously if that were to happen, we'd have to have a conversation.
Okay, the other question that someone had contacted me and had some concerns. The question was, how often do you have to go to the cameras now?
Yeah, I can answer that. So this last school year, specifically, we have several incidents that occur multiple times a week at times for disciplinary issues. So I'd say at least 2 times a week, I or other staff are having to pull hard drives and footage. So it is kind of a major time zap for us to be able to have to get the vehicle into the bay, go to the hard drive, pull that. That bus is essentially down while that hard drive is being viewed. And then we have to go back and reinstall it. And so there's definitely some error ability in not reinstalling the hard drives correctly and or damage to the hard drives, in transit from the vehicle to my desk. So I think it's definitely valuable from a time savings for just my time alone.
Council, any other questions? Is there anyone in the audience, that has any questions or concerns? Let's vote.
Kreitzer?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Weiss?
Yes.
Wilson?
Aye.
Phillips?
Yes. All right, moving on to number 10 from the consent agenda. And this is the resolution naming depositories for the deposits of the city of Burlington. Who wants to take that?
Can I get a second?
Oh, wait a
Second.
Thank you.
I just wanted an opportunity to vote on this. I'm not going to support it.
Okay,
I expressed why last week at the
okay.
work sessions.
So annually, the city is required to name our depositories. You see several of the banks in the community listed there with a maximum deposit or a not to exceed deposit amount for each of those. This can change from time to time. It's a resolution, so I know Stephanie and her team, sometimes they'll send out RFPs if we have certain certificates of deposit or coming due or We see interest rates change at different institutions for different money market accounts and things like that. They change, but we are required to have a resolution listing the depositories. So that's what this is. You'd see this once a year. And again, just know that these are not to exceed or maximum amounts. It doesn't mean we have that much money in any one of these institutions. It's constantly changing.
Anyone in the audience with thoughts or concerns? Council, any other thoughts or concerns? Let's vote.
Kreitzer,
Yes.
Scott,
Oh,
Weiss,
Yes.
Wilson,
Aye.
Phillips.
Yes. And a note from the consent agenda, number 13, a resolution rejecting bids for the 2026 Seal Coat Streets Resurfacing Project.
Second.
Mr. McGregor.
So this item we discussed last week. We had a bid letting with a project estimated at $385,000. The sole bid came in at $631,000, and with that kind of margin of difference, did not make sense to recommend awarding bid to that one bidder. So we did discuss where we go from here on seal coat. We would have to try and figure out what contractors are even available to do this type of work moving forward. We've seen several different contractors come and go. From what we've heard, there's some that aren't in the game anymore. So we were gonna have to reassess this fall as we did our road planning for the next 5 years, and then figure out how we would spend the dollars that had annually been apportioned for seal coat type work. So we might have to take a kind of a turnabout on how we foresee that work through either a thin overlay or something of that nature.
Okay, thank you, Nick. Anyone in the audience, any thoughts or concerns? Council?
yeah, I brought this up, Mayor, because a lot of those streets are in my neighborhood, and I've heard from several people with concerns about how long it's going to be before they see any relief on their streets. And I've been down this road twice before, where we more or less discontinued sill coating and ultimately had to go back to it because there wasn't another more affordable or equally affordable process. And it took a long time to never get caught up, put it that way. It's a horrible process, but it's where we're at. And if we're going to focus on neighborhood streets, I think seal coat still needs to be a part of it. And we've got to have that conversation before we get too far behind again. I think it's the next 2 years, we didn't have anything budgeted for seal coated streets. So I hope we'll continue to discuss it.
Right, you're not suggesting that we should have accepted this
Oh,
bid?
no.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to bring it up so that I can express my concerns about the seal coat program.
So we need to find companies that are willing to do this kind of work.
I did find one, I think it's II Peeling. They were actually doing work in Salem this last week and done a really nice job. I don't know anything about the company, but I was gonna get that information to Nick, so.
Thank you.
Well, and I know the last time we talked, well, during the work session, there was conversation about maybe looking at self-performing, and Nick will work on bringing some of that information back too. So maybe in a couple of months, as we get into fall and budget discussions, we can have that conversation about all those options.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's rather acknowledged throughout our city as we've struggled to get caught up after the financial difficulties early in the 2000s. But we're getting there, and but you could say that just about a street in everybody's neighborhood, it needs attention. So in the meantime, if you have a pothole, call it in, we'll get it patched, and that helps us keep the road together. I know that's not the answer anybody wants to hear, but I trust Nick and his department to continue to focus on those streets and what our best options are going forward. But we won't take the focus out of it. I can tell the citizens that, so. Anything else, council? Let's vote.
Kreitzer,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Wilson,
Aye.
Phillips.
Aye. Okay, we've reached the end of our council agenda, so we'll go around and get reports from department heads and then wrap up the council itself. Mr. Tislin, you're first up with development and parks.
Parks. From the park side of things, we have a sports camp coming up next week at the Recplex. It's our second annual. For those entering first through sixth grade, you can sign up through Sunday. Just fun activities, get you outside, experience different things at the Recplex. That's Monday the 13th through Thursday the 16th. So it's a good time last year, and had a number of registrants, but you can sign up through Sunday for that. And then just a reminder, the pool open house is this Thursday, July 9th, from noon to 1 and 5:30 to 7. It'll be the same opportunity at both times, just trying to give residents different opportunities to come out and view the pool and view the concepts and displays that we'll have set up. So be able to talk to our parks team and some staff from JEO as well in the afternoon, but just learn more about the concepts, share your ideas. You can spend as much time or as little time as you want, but just kind of walking through and viewing the different boards and concepts and ideas, and have that input. At the end, there will be a QR code that you can fill out for a very short survey just of the input on where we're at today. So encourage people to come out noon to 1 or 5:30 to 7 at the Dankworth Pool at 400 Blackhawk Boulevard, and view where we're at and give us your input. So
Good stuff. Mrs. Music, anything from the city clerk's office?
No.
Okay. Ryan, anything, it's Parks Month, anything to add?
Oh, parks are great, but to add on to that, we are gonna have food trucks there at the event too.
Okay, great. Mrs. Stuker, anything from finance tonight? Tim, Mr. Meyen, anything from wastewater?
Hello, I just thought I'd repeat what I did, mentioned last Monday, since there's a couple more of you here. I'd like to invite the council members to do a short tour. It's up to you. Won't hurt my feelings if you don't. But I'd like to show you what things look like before a project, and then invite you down again for after a project. So this has to do with the blower replacement project. It's not even quite the design phase yet. We're still doing alternatives analysis to see what best way to do these installations, whether it be from in-house or have someone else do that work, but it could be pretty involved, so.
Remind me when you're gonna start on that again. Remind me when you're starting.
Yes. I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
Fiscal year 27.
So,
was the
so we have
intent.
time?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
plenty of time.
All right, because this week wasn't gonna work for me. I'll get a hold of you.
Yeah, all
So
right.
would you want council just to contact you individually?
Well, you gotta do it through chat, I assume, or?
Oh, okay,
Either one, we'll set it up.
all right.
I like field trips.
Or if Monday's coming up or something.
All right, that's it.
Go sit down.
Thanks, Tim.
Taking away our free Monday. Jeez.
Get out of town.
That's just an excuse, Chad. That's
Easy.
sadistic is what it is.
I work every day.
Miss Jacobs, come on up for the library.
Hi. Good to see everyone again. I thank Sam Watson for filling in for me for the last two sessions. Burlington was pretty prominent at the American Library Association. The current, or now past president was Sam Helmick, a Burlington native and librarian, and then I was the Iowa delegate. 15,000 librarians in Chicago. It's a little bit nutty. We had some good conversations. We're kind of figure out how we can steer our communities in this next era of the digital age, as artificial intelligence consumes a lot of what we know as digital content. We're about halfway through summer reading, and speaking of Parks Months, we are reading toward planting trees again. We're trying to unlock 50 trees to plant in our community parks. We're about halfway through, so at 25 trees. Each week that you come in, and it does not matter what age you are, readers of all ages, babies through 199-year-olds can come in, claim your reading credit, and that goes towards unlocking these trees. So please help us to get that 50 tree. That'll be 150 trees total over the last 2 summers that we've done this. So looking forward to hitting that 50 tree mark later this summer. As I'm doing some preliminary number crunching for fiscal year 26, I just wanted to share that we had 121,506 people through our doors in fiscal 26. This is in the middle of the digital era when libraries, they said we were going to be irrelevant and not necessary. We're seeing some interesting trends, and I'm excited to show you in the August annual report where the collection circulation, some of it has plateaued, some of it has increased. Digital circulation is going through the roof, but people are coming in droves to the library to hang out and to be together. And I think that that's a really important component of a healthy community. When we have so much division and disconnection, the library is the heart of providing connection for people of all ages. And speaking of that, this Saturday That's Yesterday's News. Terry Aubrey's local historian. He'll be talking all about the Des Moines County Fair. So if you love the fair or if you're curious about the fair, come Saturday at 10 a.m. We'll have snacks and coffee and donuts for you, and you can listen to Terry share about the history of the fair. That's it.
Sounds great. Thank you. Chief Thompson, you're up.
Nothing for you, sir.
All right. Chief Toops.
Yeah. Good evening, council. So it's officially July, and I know we have a couple sessions and weekends before this, but I wanted to get out ahead of this and let you know what your fire department is up to and what we plan on doing on Saturday, July 25th. What I'm holding in front of me, and this isn't in your packet, but I can get you one of these if you need to, if you visit our Facebook page. But what you're seeing here is a flyer for an event we have coming up. It's called the Fire and Splash Summer Bash on July 25th, Saturday, from 11 to 2. In our current strategic plan, it lists as a goal in our community engagement section to have a community anchor event. Well, for years, we've kind of struggled on what we wanted that to be, what that is for us. We did some discussion internally at the fire department with our own folks, and we tried to figure out what we could do to engage with the community, but also get internal buy-in and external buy-in, and this is what we've came up with. So on that Saturday, we plan to showcase our vehicles. We have the entire block in front of the fire station shut down in a block party format. We look to have water feature bounce houses, the dunk tank. Kind of what inspired it was for us the 761 sprinkler. That's our aerial. If you've seen that on Farmers Market, that's going to be still out there helping cool down whoever participates in this. Other games and activities, we have free food, hot dogs, beverages, cookies, snacks, cold snacks. But what we look for this to be, more than anything, is just a community engagement event where, it kind of has the vibe of, children to come and kind of see firefighters get wet, have fun with us. But it's really meant for everybody, of course. So I would encourage you, you're going to see our Facebook page pick this up. Hit that share button, if you would, for us. We're also going to be on the radio here soon, kind of advertising for that. Trying to think of some other things that I haven't said with this that I really want to say before I get out of here. We've partnered with, in a make sense type of way, our neighbors on our block. So the Elks Lodge, who has partnered with us for several years on our smoke detector and CO detector program. And then, of course, Drake's Hardware and Software, that's down there on our block too. So they've partnered with us. They're going to be a part of it, cooking food and all that good stuff. We'll also have live music that day. So again, we look for this to be a sustainable event. Mr. Kreitzer, as you've said, there's things going on in Burlington. We hope this is one of those things so people can't have an excuse for not coming down and seeing what this is. Susan, this is not a pool. But
I heard the word water, though.
But we hope, in these hot months, this is something that, again, we can reach out to the community, engage that way, try to provide some entertainment and cool down session, and just fun for the community. We really have no objective other than engaging with the community. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns leading up to this July 25th, please feel free to reach out to me. But again, share button, share button, share button if you could. And if you have a niece or nephew or a child or somebody, tell them about this event and get them down and play with the firefighters. So.
Is that a spare flyer that I could possibly
Yeah.
take to council talk tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give it to
Okay,
you.
great.
Yep.
Thank you.
So that's all I got.
Okay, thank you, well done. Public Works and Deputy City Manager Nick McGregor.
Just a couple things. We should be opening up the Central Bridge deck to Washington Street here by the end of the week. They had a couple final pours around some manholes. So it'll be open for a while until we start laying some asphalt. The project out right in front of us here, they did lay some structure, so hopefully they're making some progress as they move away from the 8th Street intersection. And Summer Street might be pouring some concrete here in the next week or two. So it's better progress than what we've had, so good to see that. The other item of note is we have a public meeting scheduled for next week, kind of an update on where we're at with Cascade Bridge. And so it's at the library. On July 15th, we'll put out some pressers this week, reminding people of it. They'll actually bring the documentary crew in and ask citizens that have experience with Cascade Bridge if they want to be interviewed. That'll go into the documentary. And so I don't want to steal too much of the highlight from that night, but we had a meeting last week with State SHPO and Iowa DOT and the MOA for the project. Looks like we should have things moving in the next month or so. So it's good
Great.
news.
Fantastic. Mr. Byrd, City Manager.
Yes, sir, thank you. I wanted to just kind of make a public appeal. It seems that either between the city clerk's office or my office, we've received an awful lot of anonymous emails or postcards or letters from folks about just various things. And it's always a challenge for staff when we receive things anonymously, because it doesn't give us an opportunity to respond or provide more clarity or more information. So I would just encourage the public to please reach out to us, email, phone call, or the letters. Just put your name on it. We'll follow up. No judgment, right? But we want to be able to respond and explain, in some cases, why things are the way they are, or find out how these are pinch points or issues for constituents as well. And we just want to seek that clarity. So just an appeal to the public that please just share your contact information and we can dig into it a little deeper. Secondly, as we talked, I think, in the last meeting or two with our partners at Southeast Iowa Regional Planning, they will be doing some downtown pedestrian counting. And so you'll see some counting devices deployed in the downtown area in the next couple of weeks. And I think they'll be there for 2-3 weeks. Those are pedestrian data counters. So they're collecting data for our Tiger Grant reporting to the state and federal government. So if they see those out there, they're there for a reason, and it helps us.
Walk in front of them.
Yeah, walk in front of
Get
them
counted.
a lot, often, right? So.
Do we have a, regarding that, did we have a pedestrian count before?
We had a
do?
baseline before the project started.
There should be a
Yep.
staggering difference.
Yeah,
Anyway, go ahead.
yep. And then finally, I just handed out some information to the council tonight regarding some upcoming events and activities at Community Field, sponsored with and through the Bees. So I just shared that information with council. If anybody wants to see that, check their site or ours. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kreitzer, anything tonight?
BRE had a board meeting, I think it was last Wednesday, but they moved it out to Community Field, and I couldn't make a Wednesday. But we brought on some new board members, and everybody had a good time, and looking forward to see what ideas they bring to the table, and at least we'll have a handful of new volunteers. So I'm pretty excited to see what they have.
Sounds good. Mr. Scott, anything tonight?
I just want to touch on something you mentioned earlier about the overcoming the debt that was brought on in the 2000s. That's not the first time that you brought that up. I just wanted to mention that in the 80s and 90s, and I'm not making excuses, but in the 80s and 90s, there was basically nothing being done in the city. We had a lot of road work that had to be caught up. But we also addressed some of the financial issues. We passed the local option sales tax, the hotel motel tax, the Schmid tax, and we brought in the casino that provides income for the city. And that all built over the years to help offset some of that financial crisis that we were in. And in a way, I see that potential coming back because we've been prosperous, we've been aggressive in taking care of the issues that still existed and that still exist. And I just want to come across. I'm not being critical of this council or previous council or even the councils of the 80s and 90s. There was no money in the 80s and 90s. We had to create new funds. In 92, we lost the income of the bridge that paid for a lot of street work in the 80s and 90s. So it's and you know sometimes somebody that's been on the council as long as I have is a pain in the ass, but they also have a lot of information to provide and willing to share it. So I wish we could get past that financial crisis that was created in the early 2000s. I don't agree with that.
Okay, noted. Okay,
No, sir.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Yeah, just don't forget, this Saturday, July 11th, at Crable Park, we've got a great event with the Southeast Iowa Symphony Orchestra. Free event for family at 8 o'clock. That's when it starts, so and you're gonna wanna get there early because it fills up quick. I think a couple of years ago, there was like 3,000 people there. I mean, just fills the park. So, music and fireworks. It's always a great show, so don't forget about it.
Sounds good. Okay, council talk is Ms. Kay and myself, and that's Wednesday. You know, folks, it is a call-in show, so if you're home listening, please call in. Also, let's see, I have other things here. Just wanted to note, it was a fantastic 4th of July. I do feel that the changes that council has made regarding fireworks leading up to the 3rd and 4th maybe had a little impact. Last night was pretty tame, as some nights go, knock on wood. So it seemed like that was good, and honestly, I looked around, looked like a lot of the mess was picked up. And of course, there's always some stuff there from folks, but seemed like a great weekend, a lot of activities. Weather was great, so you know, I would say yes, echo some of Tim's thoughts. We are blessed right now, and I think we need to appreciate that. So let's see. I don't have anything else. Does anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Kreitzer,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Wilson,
Aye.
Phillips.
Aye.